Welcome to 2024 Our Story, a podcast exploring what it's like to be attending Scripps College in a moment when the world is recovering from a global pandemic.
I'm Ellen.
And I'm Alyssa.
And we are so excited to be back for the second season of 2024 Our Story. For those of you out there who aren't at Scripps or who just haven't been paying attention, we are officially on campus this semester, and that means that we are sitting right next to each other as we record this episode.
Yay.
I know, it's really exciting. I actually finally get to sit next to you for recording. We haven't done anything like this before.
I know. We really get to be with each other all the time.
Yeah. We're also we talked about this last season, but Alyssa and I are roommates, so now she has to spend almost 24/7 with me.
I love rooming with you.
Oh, and thank you.
I hope that Ellen likes rooming with me, but we never know.
She's literally the worst, everyone.
Great. I'm glad that we have this communication.
I know. We're really on top of it. Okay, but that is not why we are here to talk to you all. Today we wanted to talk about something that I feel like all of us have been through over the past 3 weeks now. Has it been 3 weeks? We've been
just
here for
about.
Yeah.
It feels like summer camp, guys. When you go to college, it kind of feels like summer camp, at least for me. And then you realize I live here.
Honestly though, I walk to classes and I just look at the Scripps campus and go, wow, this is where I'm living.
I know.
It's so beautiful.
It's crazy.
And I'm like, this can't be real at all.
I agree. So I feel like with those 3 weeks, you kind of get the sense of wow, I get to live here. But you also start to, I don't know, for some people, you get to start feeling homesick. And the transition of being from online to in-person is definitely difficult, after being a year of virtual school, or more than a year technically, with senior year of high school too, a year and a half.
Yeah. So. No, I completely agree. Especially, I think that extra year where lots of people spend it with their parents. We spent it with our parents. It was at first you were kind of I don't know if this was for you, but at first I was really? Another year here? I know my mom listens to this, so I love you, Mom. But it was a lot. I was I'm ready to go out into the world and experience it for my own. But I mean, the year at home was also great because I got to spend more time with my family. I got closer with my sister and my dad and my mom. So that was really nice, but it also makes it harder.
It does.
When you come out here.
Yeah, I think kind of the opposite happened for me. I was a little excited to stay at home just because it was what I knew, and it's scary going to college and you're moving away. For me, being so close to my parents, it's hard moving away for so long, and meeting new people is really difficult. I mean, I get to know you already. I was very grateful that I already had someone I could annoy in the very beginning of the semester, but it's hard. So I'm glad that I got that extra year of being at home, and I really made deeper connections with the friends too that I had at home, which was a little surprising because of course it happens right at the end, right before you leave.
The timing is perfect.
It is. It really is. But no, I'm glad. Sometimes I'm a little sad, oh, I only get to be here 3 years, but we're just going to make the most of it. And so far, I feel like we're on the right track.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that being closer to your friends or getting closer to your friends over the pandemic made it harder for you to get here when you originally drove down?
It was pretty difficult. I think that it was a year of transition, you're taking college courses online, so it's a little bit harder, but it's also still virtual, so it's completely different from being in person, which is something we can always talk about in the future.
But 100%.
Yeah, but it was, it was good. You really learn, or at least I really learned that there's a couple people who will come and go, it's not a bad thing. Just people just come and go in your life, and as you move on and you do other things, maybe you come back, you reconnect. I personally reconnected with a friend, and that was one of the best things that could have happened for me at that time, and I'm super grateful. So I think if I wasn't at home for that year, it wouldn't have happened the way it did, and it did make it really hard to leave. It made it extra sad, but at the same time, this is kind of the moment where you get to choose who's in your life because you have a little bit more control over it. Like high
That's
school,
very
you're kind of
true.
like around these people all the time. You like sometimes for a lot of people, not for me because of the charter high school, but for a lot of people, you
Mm-hmm.
go to school with these people from like kindergarten or like elementary school and then all the way up to high school. So you're kind of like stuck with the same people for your whole life, which isn't bad, but I feel like right now is the moment to like kind of choose for yourself. So that's been really good and that's been really helpful. So yeah, it was hard, but we're here.
Yeah.
And I love the people here.
I know
So
everyone's so nice. And I mean, you've made friends, I've made friends,
oh,
we've
look at
connected with
us.
different people.
Wow.
I really like your point about how you get to meet new people because Scripps is like when you think of Scripps, it's such a small community compared to so many other colleges around the nation and the world. But there's still so many different personalities that you find on campus. And it's really amazing to go out and see people who just aren't maybe not what you expected to befriend, but which you do.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little worried to like be at such a small school. Like, I mean, I chose it on purpose. I chose a small school on purpose, mostly for like class and stuff because of, like those close connections with the professors and just kind of being able to feel just, I don't know. For me, I personally grow more in that kind of environment. But I was a little worried about like being social and stuff at such a small school because it is like everybody knows everything and everybody knows everyone kind of, which can be good and bad. But I found that like I really like our setup. Like I really like I mean I love Scripps and I love the people here, but I also love that you can meet people like at other schools too. And it's just such a different vibe.
Yeah.
Crazy. So that's really, really nice about being here.
Yeah, there's such a diverse group of people. And the fact that I think we can go back to the fact that like we've both made friends and like we've both been spending time with different people. And has that helped you distract yourself from like feeling homesick in any way? Or do you find that like being with friends just has kept you from feeling homesick at all?
Yeah, I feel like at home, I'm not just like homesick, kind of like for my house and like my parents and my close friends and stuff, but just like the structure of how my life was because it's so different. Like in college, you have to get used to living on your own and balancing your social life and work and trying to choose when you do things and stuff. So I think being with my friends has helped me kind of be less homesick, but sometimes it does kind of like hit me like, wow, this is like, it's a lot. It's just a lot to balance. And so sometimes I'm like homesick for that kind of like a little more peaceful feeling of like what I was used to. It's not like a bad thing. But
Yeah.
have you found that it's like helped you a little bit with being homesick?
I feel like spending time with other people always and like distracting yourself by being around other people has always helped me feel less homesick. It's so interesting because when we got here, I was expecting to not be able to fall asleep the first night because when I used to do, like, I was very fortunate. I was able to do summer camps where I was living away from home in high school. And so during those trips, which were only like 2 to 3 weeks, I like had the hardest time sleeping. But I mean, when we got here, I think it also was the fact that you were sleeping in the same room with me. Like, and I knew you. That helped me, like having a
You are
presence of
welcome.
someone who Oh, but no, seriously, I think that it's beneficial in so many ways. And also being able to talk to people about being homesick. Like I know my friends and I have had conversations some days at like dinner where everyone's just like, I miss home. But I find it your point about like just that feeling of comfort and feeling homesick for that really interesting because I hadn't thought about that before. Like sometimes when I'm walking to class, I'll like look at the road. This is really weird. I look at the path that I'm taking. I'm like, I kind of miss like driving down this street to like go to my friend's house or to do something like that. And my like homesickness seems to be very much more oriented in the places and the people than what you're feeling, which I find really interesting.
Yeah. I personally, my social battery gets drained really easily. So I think that's been something that I've been having trouble with because I feel like my home, I like it was always a place where I could kind of recharge. Like my house is like really quiet, you know? So it's kind of weird not having that like stillness and that like quiet for most of the day. So I think that's kind of tied a little bit to my homesickness too. But I feel like it hasn't super hit me yet. I thought it was gonna hit me like right now. But I think just because like we're just so busy. We're just doing so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like constantly hanging out with people, going to class, doing work, you know, like it's a lot. And it's kind of good in that way. But I just feel bad because my parents are just sometimes I need to like I need to just try harder to make sure that I put in the effort to stay connected to people from home, because it's not that I don't love them and that I don't miss them. Like I really, really do. It's just so weird now that I have to like actively think about it, you know? Like I have to like remind myself like, hey, stay connected with these people, because I mean here it's so easy, like you see people around, and it was the same at home, like you see them around, but here I have to be like call my parents, send my parents pictures of all of my food. That is what I've been doing. Pro tip, that's what I've done to stay connected. Just send pictures of my food.
Yeah, that's
very
really
simple.
smart. Yes, it's the smartest thing. I like send my parents photos, all the free stuff I get. And
That
then
is
like
good
when we
too.
had acai bowls for the first time at Malat, I was like,
yeah,
acai
I sent a picture of that
bowls.
too.
Like, apparently Anne, my sister, also, it's my sister's first year at college too, and she also got an acai bowl the same day I did.
No
it's like,
way.
what are the chances? We are just connected over time and space. Anyways, sorry, that was off topic.
No, it's good.
The
we love our tangents.
Yes, our tangents are literally the best part of
Like,
these conversations.
The most interesting parts.
I know. We're really following suit from season 1. This is great. But now we're in person, so it can continue for forever.
I know. We can just, it's dangerous. We can just talk. It's bad for my sleep schedule, guys.
That is very true. Alyssa and I have stayed up till like midnight.
Just talking. Sometimes. It's bad. Yeah. Gosh, Ellen. Why
can't I just not like
talking to you?
I know some of you out there thinking midnight. That's not very late. It is for me. I go to bed at 10:30. I'm just exposing myself on this podcast.
No, me too. Well, not lately, because just I have so much stuff.
Alyssa has been being social.
Attempting. I've been trying to push myself to just like meet people and talk, you know, but it's hard. It's hard to balance that. But you know, what you gonna do?
Exactly.
You gotta grow.
But I feel like that's also a part of coming out of online college, right? Like when we were online, there was literally nothing you could do. So, well, I guess you could do social things with your friends from home, but the division of space between all of us geographically kept you from really connecting with other people. Like, I know for my core 1 class, we did like a game night one night where we did like an escape room together, but that was like for an hour. And it's hard to get to know people when you're doing it just there. So now, did you feel when you got here this urge to just go out and do more?
Well, yeah. At first, I wasn't the biggest fan of like staying in the dorm room. I was just not comfortable here. We had no AC in the beginning, which I know that a lot of dorms don't have AC in general.
We're very sorry.
We're very thankful that we have AC, but it was also 100 degrees. So I was not trying to stay in the dorm room. So I think that really motivated me to go out and talk to people. I did have that sense of like, I'm here. I need to make the most of it. And I need to like go out and like talk to people. And like, I made such a wonderful group of friends in the very beginning, which I'm super thankful for, you know, like connecting with people was something that like I think we've talked about and I was really nervous for, but it ended up being really good. So that definitely helped. So yeah, I think it's good, but you kind of got to slow it down because we're getting into like the routine now of what we have to deal with every single week. So I feel like that's kind of helpful.
That's true. It's interesting how we're really only getting into the routine 3 weeks in. Like when I first got here, I thought maybe I would start getting into it middle of second week. That was not the case. But I think I really like fast tracked everything in my mind. I was like, gonna get ahead and do everything.
I mean, you've been so productive. Ellen has been so productive. She inspires me to be more productive.
What do you
She
mean?
goes and she like works out in the morning. She just wakes up and goes and works out. And I'm just like, wow. I thought I woke up early and that I did things productive in the morning. But no, but it's okay because you always need someone who inspires you. And right now that's Ellen. She wakes up, goes and works out, and just goes on with her day.
But
could not
to be fair though, recently I have not because I've been going to the tuning classes that are at night.
Yes.
And I feel like that was one of the things that college life, transitioning from online college to in-person college, has really pushed me to do. Because when we were, to be completely honest, when we were online, I like exercised once a week. And it was like, yeah.
This is not for me. Not even that.
I know, but like having the classes really keeps the schedule going. I've been using exercise as a way to track the week and to really just push myself to keep going, because otherwise I literally know I will be sitting in this room doing work for hours on end, and I don't want to do that.
Still productive.
Or not. Or maybe I would just sit here and be on Instagram the entire time. I don't know.
That's true. We're all guilty of that, I think.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
But it's a good way. There are so many more opportunities to just get involved while we're here, or get yourself involved within community, or to take advantage of Scripps resources. I think that's the main thing, not necessarily getting involved.
Yeah. So it's hard to like feel like you kind of have like you should know already. Like I feel like I should already know the campus kind of well and already know where the resources are and what to do. Mm-hmm. I cannot say that is true though.
I mean, yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm also an Asian American sponsor this year, and the role of Asian American sponsors are to lead first years, help support first years and get to know the campus and get to know what it's like to be at Scripps. And a lot of my friends are Asian American sponsors, and we've had just conversations where like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Why are we doing this? Should we even be allowed to do this? So, but we're gonna figure it out. We started going ahead.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
It should be fun. You already know campus better than I do. So I guess you're going to have to give me a tour as practice.
Well, one of our friends has already told me I am not a good tour guide.
It's okay. They said that to me too. And I took great offense.
I think we both took great offense to that.
Yeah. I like to think that I point out the things that are important, like the pretty vines.
Exactly. Right.
Small things.
There's a white wall right next to
There was a hole in the wall. I pointed out the hole. Like, I think these are important details.
Exactly. Like, I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't know.
We're the best.
I agree.
The best.
I agree. We should always hype each other up.
Mm-hmm,
hype ourselves up.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you think going back to the homesickness part, do you think you're going to get homesick at any point this semester?
Probably. But I don't think it's going to be like, am I going to get homesick? It's going to be more like, am I going to have time to process my homesickness?
That is very true.
Like, we're so just busy. We're doing so much, which is super great. And I really love it. It's very different for being online. But I don't know how I'm going to be able to kind of process it,
I know.
What about you?
Crazy.
You think you're going to be more homesick, and how do you think you're gonna be able to deal with it?
Honestly, I'm kind of like you. Like every night when I go to bed at 10:30, she's
a wild one.
Exactly. I get in bed and I just wipe out. I am so tired every night. I just don't have time to really lie there and process anything.
I thought that I was gonna watch more TV than I have. I've watched no TV. None. I've watched 2 YouTube videos that are 10 minutes long, and that's it. I thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna no, because I watched a good amount of TV at home, just me and Netflix. that's what my time at home was like. But me, Netflix, or me and reading. But that has not happened, and it's very strange,
That's true. You don't fully realize that you don't have time to do all of the things that we did at home.
No time.
That's really think about it. Oh, right. I said that I was too tired to get homesickness. Okay. Yeah. I think also the fact that I live somewhat close to my grandfather is both good and bad, because like this weekend I get to go visit him, which is very exciting. But it also means that like I also have this feeling of like being close to someone I can go to, and like being like not feeling confined to campus, which I think can be a good thing and can be a bad thing, because can't call it, or the Scripps campus is like a college bubble. Like you always hear about college bubbles and how you're kind of confined to this area. And I think having a car and being able to go off campus kind of like not necessarily shatters that bubble, but like at certain times you find little little holes to like poke through.
Holes in the bubble.
But doesn't necessarily like boom. That's
pop
a very
the bubble. Are you trying to think of pop the bubble? Because I was gonna say shatter is that's a great word, but it's a real dramatic.
So
I
love being dramatic.
Pop the bubble.
You know.
Okay.
Pop the bubble. No, but it's good. I think
I was trying not to bring it up, but you brought it up first.
Wow, thanks. I appreciate it. And this is why living with you is great. You can help me come up with the words. Living with an English major is wonderful because she knows the words that I don't.
Oh my gosh. No, not that pressure.
But no. I think the only time I feel like I may get homesick is like right before midterms or right before finals. Or like when I come back from Thanksgiving.
Oh,
that'll be hard, because that'll be the first time I go back and see my parents and like everyone before I have to come right back. And then like you have a week and then finals. So
you're right. Yeah.
Actually,
that's kind of interesting. Like we're both going home for Thanksgiving, right? That's like a couple days. I wasn't 100% sure about going home, but like I definitely want to, but it's gonna be so hard.
It really is. But no, I don't know. I think that'll be the weirdest part and the hardest part, but that's also like months in the future. But also, if you think about it, we're only here for like 3 more months.
True.
Like time is gonna go by fast.
It is. I am super excited to go back. I'm just worried that it's such a short trip that it's gonna be so like such a stark contrast, you know, like you go like bam, you go like this is also my first time gonna be like flying alone too, so I'm gonna fly alone back home, and then bam, I'm home for like I don't even know, a couple days, 4 days, and then like I have to go right back, and then I have to go into studying for
finals. It's like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's like a week and then finals, or 2 weeks and then finals.
So that's a lot. That's gonna be a lot, emotionally, mentally, you know.
Yeah, but I guess on the bright side, holiday break will be after that, and then you can just go and be with your family.
That's crazy. I feel like it's gonna be a month, and it's gonna take me like 3 weeks maybe to get into the routine of being home again, and then I'm gonna go back and then have to do it all over again every single time.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. It's gonna be weird.
I love routines.
Routines are nice. Alyssa and I like being able to predict things and knowing what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but life does not like that.
Yeah, not really. So we'll see how that goes.
Yay.
2024 Our Story is published through Scripps Communities of Resources and Empowerment. This episode was edited by Ellen Hu, and Instagram graphics are designed by Alyssa Wend. Callie is courtesy of Wadaboy on Pixabay. If you are interested in joining us on an episode, please fill out the Google form available within our link tree. You can find that link, as well as more content, on our Instagram page, 2024 Our Story Podcast. That's everything we have for you today. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye!